We are calling on Speaker Tillis, Governor McCory, and Senate Pro Tem Leader Berger to look into the eyes of the people affected by the policies of cynicism and the policies of division they are sowing, and see the hurt that it will reap in North Carolina. We are saying to them in this open letter, you met with the strategists of Alex, but will you meet with the parents whose children will not receive preschool services? Listen to them. Tell them how good it will be for their children to lose their preschools. You met with the lobbyists and the lawyers, but will you meet with the patients who no longer have health care coverage under your policy, and the doctors who've sworn an oath to care for them? Will you meet with them and look them in their eyes and listen to their pain and tell them how losing their health care will actually be a benefit to them? You have met with the Chamber of Commerce, but will you meet with clergy that will provide the pastoral work to the hundreds of thousands of people who will soon be without Medicaid and basic unemployment or labor economic safety nets and labor rights? Will you meet with them, look into their eyes, and tell them with a straight face that losing their unemployment, losing their Medicaid, not having labor rights will help them advance in their life? Will you look into the eyes of the poor people you want to drug test and tell them why you don't drug test the wealthy before you give them tax breaks? Or why don't you drug test legislators before they vote and make policy decisions that often make us wonder if they're not on something? We ask you to look these North Carolinians whose policies, whom your policies disregard, displace, and attempt to disappear, cause them to disappear. Look them in their eyes, see their pain, hear their stories, and if you can, show them and tell them with a straight face how your policies are good for their lives, good for their future, and good for the furtherance of this state. Tell them how your policies line up with our Constitution and with a moral compass of conscience that is concerned about the good of the whole. If you can't sit with them, and you haven't sit with them, then in fact, you are abusing your power and using it for the whims of the few rather than for the good of the whole.